Hey there, it's Chaya, and I'm back with another episode of Naked, the Messy Middle Edition. Today I want to continue talking about abundance just a bit because the craziest thing happened. Since I spoke about it, I started to realize how I disconnect from abundance. See, so not feeling worthy is the first reason, the first step as to why you will disconnect from abundance, why you will say, I don't need your help, or I don't want it, or I don't deserve it, right? And therefore you won't let it in. And what I realized is, further than that, it's not just about worthiness. When you experience abundance, when you have that moment where everything feels good, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop because all the other times that weren't good start showing up. So for example, as someone who had been homeless and really just not had a home, like bounced around for a very long time, when I did finally have one, I wasn't actually feeling abundant. I actually felt the opposite. I felt so scared, like I'm going to lose it. I didn't get to enjoy it. And what I realize is that's coming up. That pain of the past is coming up. And instead of giving it the reassurance it deserves, I went into the space of, this is not working. This is, oh God, like something's wrong. And then until something was wrong and it wasn't working anymore. And I think it comes up with relationships a lot too. I mean, have you ever been in a relationship with someone and it was going so well, and then suddenly you found yourself being like, this is just not working. Like, it's just, so much, like getting upset at all the little things that never used to bother you, and then suddenly they're bothering you. And in the back of your mind, there was this big fear of when he leaves. But you also wanted to send him packing, but you also, or her, but you also at the same time wanted them to, you were scared of them leaving. Have you ever had that push and pull feeling? So I've had it many times with many different relationships, many different people, friendships. I've had it many times where I told them different than what I actually felt because I was too afraid of them leaving. But most of all, because all the other times came up and they turned into all the other people. So for example, and this actually happened, like hold on, I'm getting sucked into it. For example, I don't think I should say it because I'm getting too emotionally charged and it's very messy, even though this is the messy middle. I want to make sure that I keep showing strength where I come back, where I get sucked into whatever is going on, but then I come back to strength. And that's really what I'm here to signify and to normalize, and to the leaving part, but also the coming back, the messy middle, So I've had it before with different relationships where, let's say I told the girl that, like, choose whether you want to stay or leave. But really I wasn't asking her to leave. I didn't want to give her that option. I was just terrified because I was like, she's going to leave. So like, I don't want to be the fool who didn't know that. Let me at least be the one who offered her that. So instead of being the fool who knew that, I was the fool who offered her the option to leave when all I wanted was her to stay, and I just didn't have the words and the capacity to stand up and be like, oh my God, you mean the world to me. And you know what? I'll respect whatever you do, but I just want you to know this. I want you to know how much you mean to me. I want you to know who you are for me. And and I couldn't do that. That's the truth. And yes, she did end up leaving. And there's a part of my heart that's sad about that. But the lessons I've learned from that are incomparable to the relationship. So what I want to bring to your attention now is, are you disconnecting from abundance? When things are good, do you tend to invite them in, or do you tend to shut them back out? Because if you're busy constantly shutting it out when things are good, how are you inviting good to you? How can you invite good to you? Of course you can't, because you don't like that feeling of shutting it out. So I'd rather not have it to begin with in the first place, right? So many times we say we want, let's say, money, we want wealth, we want relationships, we want happiness, we want different things, right? And yet when we start to get it, we say, no, 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 no. So really what we're saying it to the world is, come, but don't. Come, but don't. I want you to come here. No, 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 don't. And the world listens to you. The universe, the nature of the universe was to listen to you. So if you say come, it comes. If you say stop, it stops. That's the reality of it. And you can't fake it to the universe because you are part of it. It feels your core and your inside. So if when you talk about money, you feel, yeah? Do you feel that way? Let me ask you like this right now. Thinking about the next year of expenses that you have. You know, the rent, the car, the mortgage, if you have a mortgage, the insurance. What about all the tickets? If you're one of those. What about Easy Pass? What if I continue giving you a list? Food. What about travel? What about clothing? Is in your heart, are you getting in your chest, are you getting tighter, or in your stomach, anywhere in your body getting tighter? Are you feeling, yeah, I can't wait to go buy food and shoes? And what are you feeling? Because if you're feeling that tightness somewhere in your body, basically you're telling the universe, you're telling it that I don't feel like you can provide for me. So I'm going to have to figure it out on my own. And when you do that, you're disconnecting from the universe. You're not allowing, you're blocking all the abundance that can come to you, all of the taking care of that the universe can give you, and you're blocking it. You're saying, no, I'm going to do it myself. I'm terrified. I don't want to do it myself. Honestly, I just want to bury myself when I think about this. But nope, I won't take help. How does that make sense? And now I'm not saying this in a way of, I'm saying this because I really understand you. I get it. In fact, I still do it. But I think it's hilarious and totally off because it's the exact opposite. And what I've learned and what I want to tell you is the second part. Once you've realized that perhaps you don't feel worthy for abundance, once you've realized, oh God, what would it take to make me worthy? Even if you don't have an answer to that, but that question becomes a question that you start to say in your mind all the time. What can I do for myself right now to prove that to show myself I'm worthy? Eventually, I want to talk to you about how do we stop proving that we're worthy? How do we know we're just worthy? But that's another thing for another day. But once you've done that, you have this new opportunity. This amazing opportunity to open up to abundance. And the way to do it is like this. Shh, listen closely. I'm going to tell you a secret that took me years and years and years of pain and hard work to actually learn. You see that resistance you feel, that blockage, that blocking out of abundance that you feel, you can give it back to the universe. You don't have to do it alone anymore. You can connect to something bigger than you, like the big universe that we're in, and let it take care of it for you. And the way that goes is like this. When I'm feeling that resistance, like once I said the whole list of stuff that I'm gonna have to pay for this coming year, and thank God it's not the kind of resistance it used to be, but it definitely brought up like a little bit of bile in my throat, and I definitely felt a little like queasy. But what I can do now is I want to give this all back to love. You see, right this moment, I don't have the capacity to feel just taken care of, but I want to. So I'm sending back to love, the flow, God, the universe, whatever word you want to use it, it's interchangeable. I'm giving back this resistance. Take care of it. Change me. Transform me into someone that can feel taken care of, that can flow with everything, that can accept abundance the way I want to, the way I know at my core I'm meant to. I'm going to. The way I know at my core I do. And if at that moment you still don't feel, I do feel, but if you don't feel this like loving feeling, then do it one step further and say, I I want to give over the resistance I have to this moment right here and now. And please, just for one moment, give me the feeling. Allow me, engulf me with abundance. Allow me to let go of this resistance. I'm giving all of it to you. The resistance and the resistance to giving it to you, all of it. It's all yours. I'm you. You're me. We're one. I took that from Tosha Silver, her amazing book, It's Not Your Money. That last few sentences, I love it. What you give yourself the opportunity to do when you give it back to love is you give yourself the opportunity to actually be okay not being cool right now. Right now, I can't accept the abundance. Okay. Love, take care of me so that I can. That's what we do. That's how we do it. So, do you like this? Oh my God. If you haven't subscribed yet, really, what are you waiting for? And if you like this video, if you send me a thumbs up, I know it. And it's not just for the likes. I want to know that you're watching, that you're enjoying this. That's the reality of it. I'll see you soon. I can't wait to hear. I hope everything's working out. I hope you're really starting to see how stuff are shifting just by listening. Just by listening. How you have more compassion, more strength, more capacity to actually be with yourself. Because listening to me means that you're gaining the capacity to hear more, to feel more, to connect more. I feel you right now, and I want you to know you've been seen, completely seen. And at your core, there is only light.